I want to propel myself to do greater things for the community and others, and it starts with education.
Once I became involved in correctional education, it changed my life because one goal led to another, and it gave me a way to keep moving up and always having something to do with my time.
I set a previous goal a couple years back to change the way that I wanted to see the world around me through education.
Even though I had been incarcerated, I realized the power of education, so I decided to take advantage of the programs that are offered here at Coyote Ridge.
Of course, these guys are all here for a reason, for committing some crime, but what they do with their time while they're here is going to predict what type of behavior and how they succeed or not when they are released from here.
The programs that the state offers in our prisons include things like basic education to improve literacy, GED preparation and testing, high school diplomas, vocational education and job training, and to a limited extent we've been providing academic education as well. The problem has been with academic education is that we've only really been limited to providing that with donations and or a third party or the offender paying for it.
Why should we spend taxpayer dollars on prisoners and educate them?
On any given day, there are 17,000 people incarcerated in our state. Of those, 98% will release back into communities. The lifetime recidivism rate for our communities is about 60%. So almost all of the incarcerated people will release back into our communities, and over half of those will be readmitted to prison. A RAND study found that inmates that participate in corrections education lower their roles of recidivating by 43%.
The rate of return for every dollar invested in academic and basic education is $18.
I believe that it's our responsibility to educate the public, to make sure that they understand why it's important to educate our incarcerated populations. It's money well spent versus the amount of money it costs to keep a person incarcerated over a long period of time.
A lot of times it's a challenge for instructors here to get them to see the value in education, but what's been most rewarding is seeing that when that light bulb turns on and they see the value in education, they really become engaged.
These instructors are magnificent in what they do in their teaching styles, and I commend them for them because each one of these things allows us to perceive things differently from what we used to. The psychology classes, the mathematics classes, the English classes.
We did math, pre-calculus at 12 o'clock in the morning, and the guards was like the first time seeing this because it was like, what are you guys doing? Like, we're doing pre-calculus.
The instructors that I had all were positive. They weren't just about teaching you that skill. They were also trying to teach you problem solving and thinking outside of the box and logic skills, along with jobs, resumes, interviews, and all types of different stuff that were going to help you get a job. And those are all the things that all the guys, including myself, that we're trying to look at as far as when you're going to get out, how is this going to help me to be able to not go back to whatever it was that I was doing.
During incarceration, education makes the prison safer because it reduces idleness, lowers violent infractions, and improves behavior because the inmates are engaged in productive and meaningful efforts.
Anybody that improves their lot in life by achieving some type of education does better within the society.
The goal is simple with offender education, and that's that we want to improve the literacy and employability of incarcerated women and men so that upon release they can earn a living wage and be successful as taxpayers.
What inspired me to start education in the corrections was the opportunity. Coming to prison, obviously not a very good situation in one's life, and the opportunity to better myself through this experience in every way possible is what I want to do, and this education is definitely giving me that opportunity.
And I didn't feel smart enough to successfully obtain my GED. However, I kept pushing forward. And despite all the obstacles and persecutions that came with trying to pursue an education, it was a difficult journey, but I was determined to embrace change and hope for a better future.
My family praises me every chance they get for actually opening my mind to more education and actually wanting to achieve something other than just being here and playing dominoes.
So the main advice that I want to give to inmates is just do it. Just go in. Look, I was born in Russia. I came here not knowing English, and I got an education. I got my AA degree, right? So if I can do it with English as being my second language and me not be able to write, because I'm a horrible writer, why can't you?
I'd have to say that education has definitely impacted my relationship with my family and friends. Just telling my family and even some of my friends that I've set a goal for myself and able to reach it is monumental, it's huge.
My view of what I used to previously see, which basically were these walls here, I no longer see these walls that hold me in. I see the opportunities to come next.